What started as a mere website with more than few blogs, articles, and suggestions is now an app with 2,000 registrations and conducted more than 30 webinars with renowned people and has lakhs of articles in it. All of this is just in a span of a year.
EdGroom has been more than just an educational app. It has been a pillar of guidance and a fountain of information about every possible educational topic. From the information about the best engineering colleges, medical colleges, or law colleges in your area, to the important topics to cover for the preparation of NEET and JEE, you can find everything.
The EdRoom has created a safe space for students and also a user-friendly app in which students could post any question and get it clarified. After every webinar, students, teachers and also parents would get an extra piece of information added to their knowledge with some more clarity. Over a past year, the EdRoom has conducted over 30 webinars with renowned people like Lakshmi Narayan Garu and Rakesh Sharma sir and so on. All these people shared their experiences with the future generation, so it's definitely a thing not to miss.
Right now, EdRoom has nearly 15 dedicated people working in technical and non-technical aspects to improve the app and its user experience. Venkatesh sir has always been the binding force for all these efforts and developments to come true. EdRoom is paving its way with newer features like Rank Predictor and made it easy for the interpass students to check which engineering college they might end up in, and many other features are yet to come. We are proud to be a part of EdRoom and I assure you that you will be too. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Fazal, and first of all, I'd like to congratulate the EdGroom team for their 1 year anniversary. EdGroom is a really helpful platform for students like me who really struggle to find good articles on the internet which are not misleading and are informative and also answer our questions. You must have seen, like, whenever you go on to the internet, you have to go through multiple websites and multiple articles to finally find what you're looking for. But on EdGroom, it just in one click of a button, it lists out everything, every article that's related to our question, which makes life easier. So, for example, in EdBlogs, I had this question about artificial intelligence. So I just opened up EdGroom and searched for it, and boom, there it was. And it was exactly relevant to what I wanted. So I believe EdGroom is like a one-stop shop for students, which provides us with information, solves our answers, has college predictors, which is not something you'll find elsewhere. So this was my honest review about EdGroom. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, Saujanya garu.
Sir, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, we'll start exact 5 o'clock and day.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, meanwhile, let me show the audience what a lot of people will join in YouTube live.
Okay.
First of all, I should thank you, Saujanya garu, for eagerly accepting because we want to conduct some interesting webinars for the students, especially this blockchain technologies, a buzzword nowadays. A lot of people
Yes,
are talking
sir.
about it. So a lot of students are showing
Every
interest.
field, people in every field, they want to know what is blockchain and what is happening in blockchain.
Yes,
It is a very great initiative.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. So unfortunately, what happened was a lot of students are taking decisions half knowledge. That's very dangerous. So we want to give complete information, especially from people like you, those who are expert in this field. Then the students really, if they have the qualities that they require, definitely they can join this course. Yes, ma'am. We'll start and I'll just show. I'll take 5 minutes of my time to present what exactly we do at Edgroom, and then we'll proceed with your webinar.
Sure, sir.
I think you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, good evening all. I welcome you all for another interesting webinar on this Sunday. I thank you all for watching live on YouTube, and I request that people please join in Zoom also so that you can directly interact with the speaker. That is a very good opportunity for you to talk to the experts in live. So what exactly is Edgroom is all about? What we do at Edgroom? Edgroom is a social platform which provides personal information for the students and parents to make better choices, better decisions related to their careers and courses. And we provide career guidance from 8th grade to until undergraduate students. And who can join Edgroom? These are the 3 components, I can say, that the pillars of education system: the students, parents, and teachers. All these are interlinked with each other. And why students need a guidance? This is the reason why we are conducting webinars. And lot of students nowadays have seen that taking some decisions out of force or out of fear. Some students are joining courses which they don't have any idea about it, but just because somebody says it is very good, they're just taking it. They're not they're not checking themselves. Do I have the required skill? That's a very, very dangerous thing. See, all the careers may not suit your personality. And for example, if I play guitar, I can earn a lot of money also. But do I have interest in playing guitar? That's my question. I need to check, do I have the skills to become a better guitar player? So once the answer is yes, I'm very passionate about music, and I have the skills to learn guitar, and I have these many ideas to get into such careers, yeah, definitely you can join. So dear students, my humble request is, before you choose any career, please do some research. Just don't follow the crowd. Just because these many people are joining a particular course, it doesn't mean that's a good course. And maybe it is a good course, but it may not suit you. So I request you all, please make sure that check yourself whether that particular course is suitable for your personality or not. So definitely at Edgroom, we want to give this type of information with experts like Saujanya garu, who has a very good knowledge and expertise in this field of blockchain. So when you get a guidance from the people like her, definitely you can take a better decisions. And parents, why parents need to have complete information or the idea Lot of parents have seen. There are some parents who accept every decision of the kid without introspecting itself. Do my son has the ability to do such a job? I've seen a lot of students, since I'm a physics teacher, I'm teaching physics from last 22 years. Lot of students are joining for JEE advanced preparation. And I've seen a lot of students, they don't have the skills to get into JEE advanced, but still they're taking the courses. They are unable to cope up with the preparation because advanced exam requires a lot of efforts. And when I came to know that, the students have no clue at all how the exam looks like. How many hours one should prepare? How many hours one should sit with the books to prepare for JEE advanced exam? Without doing any minimum research, they are joining a course like JEE advanced and NEET exam. Then they're suffering. That's the main problem. So my suggestion is, yeah, really you want to get into IITs, do some research. What is JEE advanced exam? What is JEE means exam? How many students are writing that exam? What is the competition level? And what is the exam pattern? What is the success rate? Do some research, then take a course, then you can definitely enjoy it. Just because advanced exam is very good, IITs are very good, you cannot just take the course. You should have interest in it and you should have abilities to get into it. Sometimes you may not have the abilities, but you need to learn about it and you can do well about it. So dear parents, please do some research and talk to experts, talk to people like Saujanya. Ask the people who are expert in their own domain and what is actually data science is all about. What is blockchain technology? What is AI? See, these buzzing words are very interesting to just to but as listen and better. Who have the skills to join such courses and is everybody who joining competitions are going to get a job? See, just because somebody else is joining, you cannot join your kids. And I've seen a lot of parents, they are just forced to take some decisions. Sometimes they'll be under pressure. Suppose if they join XYZ course, they may think that others may think bad about them. So in that cases, I've seen some parents are taking some bad decision and definitely they are suffering. They're also suffering their kids. So definitely, dear parents, please do some research, talk to people who are expert in the domain. When you join the platform like EdGroom, you have a chance to meet a lot of people who are experts in their own domain. So definitely, you can take better decisions. The third component of education system, teachers are very, very important. So as a teacher, I know a lot of students ask me questions, sir, what is the exam pattern for ND exam? And what is UCD exam? What is NATA exam? Sometimes they ask me what is data science? What is a data scientist do? A lot of questions students have. As a teacher, along with my subject knowledge, it is my responsibility to update myself. Because students need guidance. Teachers, yes, you have to give subject, that's very important. Along with the subject, you also need to guide them because all the students may not get into advanced or JEE means exam or NEET exam. There may be other exams where the students can write easily and get into some courses. So as a teacher, it is our responsibility to guide our kids. A lot of exams are going to be conducted across India. And as a teacher, we should know the pattern of the exam and how many questions are given in the particular exam. So this information, this guidance definitely will help the students to take care. Recently, one student asked me, a girl student asked me, sir, I want to get into merchant navy. I really appreciate it. So then I said that do some research. What are the challenges for girls? Then I gave some links to her on a group platform. I shared 5-6 links. I asked her to go through all the links which are related to merchant navy. Then she found that merchant navy is very challenging for the girls. The next day she came and said that, sir, thank you so much. You have given us a lot of information related to merchant navy, where I found that very difficult for me to cope up in such a challenging career. Now I'm just thinking about it. See, this type of guidance students require. Let them know if they really wanted, still if the girl wanted to get into merchant navy, yes, he can. See, if you know the challenges beforehand, we are ready to face them. Without knowing the challenges, if we get into that, definitely it becomes shocking for us. And definitely every teacher, I request, please update yourself, not only your subject knowledge, at the same time you should have the other knowledge also to guide. Saujanya garu, I want to hear from you because you're also a teacher. So in your opinion, do you think that teachers equally need to update their other knowledge other than subject?
Yes, sir. As
Saujanya,
rightly
can you-
pointed by you. Yes, sir. I hope you can hear.
Yeah. I think you got my question right.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, sir. As a teacher, I think they should not only possess their own subject knowledge. Because when a student is rightly motivated by you, they approach you with all sorts of questions, or when they want to proceed in a particular field, instead of the subject we teach them, they bring out all kinds of problems or questions they face in their real life even. So apart from the subject we teach them, I think we should be aware of all the things that are happening around us, like the questions they can face. Suppose we are talking in the context of an inter student. The next step that they go on will be like to write an MSET. In case of MSET, is it they should write only AP MSET or Telangana MSET, other states, or what is the next possible option for them? If not MSET, what should he do? Right, there are some private universities that offer their seats, like for BTech admissions, like we have our own admission exam. So if he writes for multiple options, he can be in a safer zone. If not for plan A, he can go for plan B, or so on and so forth.
So, in your opinion, you say that teachers have to update.
Yes, sir. Teacher is always a student.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. And what type of questions you face? I mean, you get from your students, ma'am, generally, other than your subject.
Sir, I usually go for either BTech or for MTech. In case of BTechs, we often face plan A. Obviously, they'll aim for a placement job, like a software job. If not for plan A, some people aim for further studies. When they go for further studies, they have a question whether it is for a technical degree or an MS. In case of MTech, they should always go for GATE. Whoever are strong in their basics, they always ask which degree is better, which is either MTech or MS. In case of MS, which university they should opt for? How will the curriculum be? Whether they can be coping up with the curriculum or not. This will be one sort. If they go for placement, which kind of company they should choose? In software also we have a lot of options. They either go for development, they go testing, they go HRs, they go, a lot of options are possible there. So which field is better for them? If they know the programming concepts better, they should go for a developer. So though they are opt for developers, the company might have offered them a HR job or a tester job. Should they go or not? Whether they have growth in that particular field. So I think teachers only doesn't require the subject knowledge. They should also know what is happening in the industry. Suppose a person who is interested in a developer job, if he initially he joins the company as a tester, what is the next step that he can do? Should he continue with the tester, or if there are any multiple opportunities for them, whether he can shift the job immediately? Like if it is always a safe zone, if he works for 1 year. But in this 1 year, if he gets accustomed to tester, but though he's interested in development, what should he do? Either he should continue, or will there be growth both financially and in terms of designation? All these kinds of questions will be at the very least level, sir.
Definitely, ma'am. I think at your junction, the teacher who are teaching BTech, there are a lot of responsible for the teachers because their life is depending on the teachers' information they share. And as we do a competitive exam like JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, and NEET exam, I think teachers like you have a better role to play because. But I've seen a lot of teachers are not updating; they are just focusing on the subject knowledge. They don't bother about much about the career of the kids. But unfortunately, that's not at all good thing because student
Teaching
success.
is also
Yes.
divided into two categories, sir. One is they
Oh.
come in by interest, one is by force.
Yeah, definitely.
Those who come in
Definitely.
by interest will always be updated. Those who come in by force, they do their job.
Definitely. That's well said. Yeah, definitely. So, but teachers, you cannot just join for the part-time job. Or yeah, I've seen some of the even school teachers also. Some of the women who join in school just because they're free at home. Okay, that is very dangerous because you just want to earn some money to buy some goods. Teaching not such a job, because you have a lot of role to play, and definitely you should have a passion. Definitely those things will matter. Thank you, Saujanya Garu, for your information. We have a lot of things to discuss in this webinar. Yeah, this is a good news. We are converting into a social platform. EdGroom is going to be the first educational community. Maybe in a couple of months, we are going to bring it to the public, where we want to unite the parents, teachers, students, and even institutions also. Guys, you have a chance to meet experts in the domain. You can talk to Saujanya ma'am directly. You can interact with her directly on day-to-day basis. You can connect her, you can follow her, and you can get the lot of information and from her post. So we want to bring people like Saujanya Garu onto this platform, who are very passionate about helping the student. They are very passionate not about the subject. They're also passionate about helping the student. Definitely, there are good teachers, I know. They wanted to connect with the right student. And we want to bring these type of people. They are not only, they should not confine to one particular college. Their knowledge should scatter to all the students across India, across the globe. So we want to bring the social connect. That's why we are building this platform very soon in a couple of months. So we want to bring it to the public so that you and I can connect with each other and interact with each other. In order to help the students, we have developed 4 important products on EdGroom. The first one is the EdNews. You just look at, I just kept the word, what is blockchain technology? You can see the articles that are coming out. But the same thing you do in Google, you do get a lot of articles. They are mismatching. There's a lot of content which you may not require. But in EdGroom, we have all streamlined the articles. We have curated the content which suits you personally. And remember, EdGroom is a website where it is completely personalized. It works with AI and ML, and where all your information that you consume on EdGroom will be completely personalized. If you joined as a BTech computer science student, you see only information related to computer science, nothing else. So we want to personalize the content based on the interest of the student. That happen not only for the student, even for the teachers, even for the parent also. You see, what do you want? Nothing else. So if you look at these articles, you can consume, and remember, you are going to save these articles. You have your own profile where you can save all the information related to your career. So EdNews is going to play a vital role. As of today, in our website, there are 312,000 articles. Very soon, we are aiming for 10 lakh articles, where you will see every update in education. You are going to come to your click of a mouse. So very soon, we are going to bring all those products to your hand. Now, the other one is the Ed Forum. Last year, in the academic year, we have answered more than 2,000 questions in this forum. Lot of students have posted the question related to exam, courses, colleges. We have a lot of question marks in their mind. I usually get, sir, which is better? As ma'am said, MTech is better or MS is better. Job is better or MTech is better. A lot of question marks are there. But these, you cannot take your own decision. One girl asked me, which is better, NIT Warangal or IIT Madras Chemical Engineering, NIT Computer Science? That's a very difficult question to answer. I'm not the expert in it. So what I do is, I'll bring some experts. So you get expert guidance. The layman cannot answer everything. So definitely we need a guidance from the people who are experiencing it. That is the main purpose of EdGroom. We want to get the information. You want to get the guidance from the people who are expert in the domain, so that you will not be misled by wrong information. The next one is the EdBlog. We have published more than 100 blogs in this website so far. All the blogs are written by, again, expert. They're not just written for the sake of publishing. These blogs are written by the expert people in the domain. Saujanya Garu, we expect some blogs from you, ma'am, regarding blockchain technology.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely your information definitely will reach to a lot of people. The blogs are one way to reach a lot of students. So definitely, dear student, all the blogs are curated. You can see a lot of good content. Another interesting thing we are doing, on average, every Sunday, consistently, we are doing webinars. And from last 1 year, 1.5 years, so we have conducted 51 webinars. Consistently, we are doing webinars with a lot of people. And you can see some of the success stories, some of the students who got All India 5th rank in JEE Mains exam. There is a boy who converted from IA to IAS, the one who went from IIT to research. So you can see a lot of people. If you go to our YouTube channel, you see all the 51 webinars we have conducted. We want to create a depository for the students community so that whenever they have a chance to, they'll come. Ma'am, when we conduct a webinar, we may not see a lot of people, but this content is helping them after a long time. I mean, because whenever they have doubt, they know that we have conducted webinar, they'll come and checking it. Recently, one girl asked me, sir, I want to become a pilot. Please share the webinar link for that pilot. Because we conducted 4 months back a webinar on how to become a pilot. Now that people want to consume whenever they want. This is the main purpose of webinars. So we want to scatter to such students. It is a depository for them, and we want to create the content with the experts so that it should be a reference for the student. Whenever they want, they can see. So that's the main purpose of these webinars.
Yes, sir.
And today as of today, we stand here. We have 2,900 plus registered users and more than 2,50,000 visitors have reached our site from last 1.5 years. Average every week we are getting 2,500 weekly active users. Remember, this is for the old website where there is only passive consumption of information. But then once the new platform, the social platform comes, I think we will add one more zero for that 2,500 because we want to bring more people and lot of things are there. We are working from last 6 to 7 months hardly to get the best product to this students community. And as of now, I said we have 3,12,000 articles. And as I said, we have a YouTube channel. We have conductors of 51 webinars. You can see all the webinars in our website, the YouTube channel, and we have more than 750 subscribers who are nearly 40,000 visitors to our site, the YouTube channel. And we are going to conduct soon a very good webinar. A lot of people are asking us, career opportunities for management courses. So far, we have conducted a lot of webinars on science, especially engineering, medicine, all that. Now we want to get into some management courses too. We are going to conduct very soon. This is what I always suggest to the students. Don't follow the crowd. Choose a career where you have happiness and no regret. The moment you just follow the crowd, you regret, you find nothing else, no happiness. That's what happens to a lot of students. Every year in my college, thousands of people join for JEE Advanced, but the number of students who join into advanced course are very less. So the same thing happens. Thousands of students are getting into some courses, but very few students are going to get good jobs. The rest of the people have regret. If you have interest, definitely you also going to excel. Please don't follow the followers. That's the main theme of EdGroom. Never ever follow the follower just because somebody is doing a course, you can do it. Please do some research and definitely take a decision. In the beginning, if you take a different course, people may laugh at you. It's okay, right? Because you need to live with the career forever. So don't worry about the people. They may think differently, but ultimately you have to live with your career. Please just follow your instinct and take a decision which gives you happiness. And remember, all this information at EdGroom is completely free. We don't charge a single rupee from any student. You can go to our website, directly by putting www.edgroom.com or go to Play Store. You can download our app, download it, and definitely it is going to help the students community a lot. Saujanya, in your opinion, can you share a few things about EdGroom? Will it help the student? Is student require such type of website?
It is a very great initiative, sir. You are offering all kinds of help out of free. You are not charging them even a single penny. That you are bringing different levels of expertise into your own website. You are providing all the information that they require in a single place. They don't need to search a lot of different places, or they don't require to talk to different kinds of people, or they don't need to search who is there in this particular field in order to interact or ask their questions or so on and so forth. It is a very great initiative actually. Though initially the number of users or the initial number of active users are very less, it is going to help a lot of people who are really interested in that particular field.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, we are very positive about it. So far, we didn't market the product. We are still building the products because we want to bring the social platform. Definitely, ma'am, I've seen because there are a lot of WhatsApp groups. I do have a lot of physics WhatsApp groups. There are a lot of content is created among the teachers, but actually it has to go to the students.
It doesn't reach it properly.
Yeah, that's the main problem. Students have no resources. Teachers have a lot of resources. As a teacher, I share a lot of resources with my colleague. But there's no content going to students actually. Because I get a lot of questions from Narayana, Chaitanya, XYZ colleges. But students have no access. So we want to bring that connection between the students and the teachers. See, ma'am, for example, you're teaching blockchain technology in some XYZ college, and you can upload your notes even to EdGroom so that the people who are following you from other colleges like Gayatri or some other colleges, they can download your notes. So
Yes,
if
sir.
you're really interested, now you have a chance to cater to a lot of students. So not only Vizag, people can from other parts of India also can get your information. Thank you so much, Andy. Without wasting much time, I want to start the session. Let me introduce today's speaker, and then we'll proceed with our webinar. I have seen your profile a bit. You are highly qualified, ma'am. A lot of the was I was discussing in the class also about your credentials, all that. Yeah. Good evening once again. I welcome you all to this wonderful session. Dr. Saujanya Duvi started. She studied 10th class in MVP Public School. A lot of my friends are from the school, ma'am. In my days, MVP Public School is one of the best schools in Vizag for ICSA. And a lot of my best friends are from ICSA because near Ushodaya, I studied in Ushodaya Intermediate. So because a lot of students used to come from public school. So it's one of the best public school in Vizag for ICSA. And she studied 12th class from Sri Chaitanya Junior College and BTech from one of the best colleges in Vizag, that is Gayatri Vidya Parishad, in the year 2012. Then she completed MTech in from Andhra University and then PhD in 2021. So then she has a lot of work experience in Gayatri Vidya Parishad. Currently, she is working as a assistant professor in Geetham University, which is one of the best universities in Andhra Pradesh. And she has patents also on her name. A blockchain enhanced intelligent secure surveillance system using deep learning technique. Another patent she has is an electromagnetic attack method of AES cryptographic chip based on neural network. Another patent, an intelligent analysis and prediction system of user behavior habits based on deep learning. And she even authored 3 books. Excellent, ma'am. I really appreciate you for that. The first book she wrote was Mastering Blockchain Revolution. The second one is Blockchain and IoT in Engineering and Technology. The third one, Age of Network Security and Cryptography. A lot of research papers and more than, I think, 9 to 10 research papers she published in all across the globe in very good journals. And she has a lot of achievements. She received Best Paper Award in the International Conference Evolving Technologies for Computing, Communication, Smart Word for the period for the paper entitled Secure Surveillance Storage Model Using Blockchain. Received Elite Certificate plus Silver Medal from NPTEL for the Outsourced Programming (WinC), and received Elite Certificate from MTL for the course Joy of Computing, Python and Blockchain Architecture, Design and User Cases. And she has a lot of technical skills which I don't understand a single one. And I'm very happy, ma'am. You are so qualified. A lot of credentials to your cap. Thank you so much, Saujanya Garu, for your wonderful achievements. And once again, congratulate you and welcome you to this wonderful session. Now, your time, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Now I'll give a share, ma'am. I'll make you host. You can share your screen. Yes, ma'am. Now you are the host.
Sir, my screen is visible?
Yeah, it's coming. Yes, ma'am. Now you can share.
Yeah. Right. So good evening, everyone. As introduced by sir, this is Dr. Saujanya. Sir has introduced on a very greater note, but I am a very junior most person, so that I can learn anything and everything from great people like you. You have done a great service into your job, sir. You are well experienced, well qualified, and your intentions are very great.
Thank you so much, Sandeep.
So today we'll in this webinar we'll talk about blockchain technology. Who all can pursue a career in blockchain technology? What are the big giants or the software industries or the banking sectors? What are all the industries that are actually focusing on blockchain technology? Which countries are focusing on blockchain technology, or how do you pursue a career in your blockchain? If you pursue a career in your blockchain, or if you choose blockchain over some other data science or AI or whatever it is, how well you settle, what are the positions that are being offered for a person in blockchain. So before going to all that, we should see, or we should know why you should learn about blockchain, or what is blockchain actually, what is the need for the blockchain. When certain things evolve, depending on the requirement that is there, we evolve into a newer technology, or we can say that blockchain has evolved because there was some need. What is that kind of need? We all know some kind of terms like centralization or decentralization. Then what is all this? What do we mean by centralization, or what is decentralization and all that? Suppose we have an organization or an industry, or simply a college or a restaurant, whatever, wherever we go. In a simple organization, we have people at different levels. We have in the least most, suppose we take a college. In the least most, we have the non-teaching staff. Above that, we have the students. Above the students, we have the non-teaching staff. We have the teaching staff. Over that, we have the deputy HODs. We have the HODs. Above that, we have deans. We have registrars. We have VCs, and then we'll go for the president or the CEOs, and so on and so forth. For a simple decision to be taken, or to talk to a simple student, in every aspect of the thing, the CEO cannot come directly and to look after the curriculum or the performance of a student. Suppose if a student is attending a class, or if he is writing his submitting his assignments well, or writing his own exam, whatever is the status of a single student, directly a CEO cannot come in and he cannot check each and every student, because there can be thousands of students in a particular organization. So how does this can be solved? And that is one question. Suppose if there is an IT industry, suppose we talk about TCS. Is TCS only there in India, or is it there in only one place, Hyderabad? No, in TCS we have many branches. We have it in TCS Hyderabad, we have it in Bangalore, we have it in Mysore, we have it in Kolkata. Apart from India, it is some branches are there abroad. So when a company is distributed in so many ways, how does the control, or who is going to look after all these kinds of branches? Can a single person manage all of these branches? I think no. Right? For these kind of problems, we divide the organizational structure into different categories. For basic categorization will be centralized organization and a decentralized organization. What is centralized organization is, as we have discussed earlier, each and every control or each and every decision that a person has to take in the company will be managed by the CEO. Right? As we can see an example on the screen. Suppose there is a game products company. They manufacture sporting goods division, board games, computer games, so on and so forth. There are lot many games. To make it in a cut short way, I have mentioned only 3. So here, what this company does is, any kind of decision. Suppose in the computer games division, the design of that game controller and the number of buttons or the number of controls that are there, that should be there on the game controller. Every kind of decision will be directly taken by the CEO. But in case of the decentralized organization, one person managing so many things, there might be every chance for, in some cases, to be a wronger decision, or the decision cannot be effective. The decision might be late, or it can be delayed, or there can be another person who is actually very interested in board games. Suppose the president of the company is very interested in computer games. He can take a rightmost decision into that field, but she may not have so much knowledge about these sporting goods, like the balls, the bats, the product of the bat that has to be manufactured for golf, for cricket, so on and so forth. Then to manage her organization very effectively, what she has to do is she has to share the leadership or the control or the decision that a person has to take into different levels. Suppose she brings in this kind of architecture. Suppose she brings in this kind of architecture. Here we can see there are different types of clusters. This is a cluster here with 4 people, and this is a cluster with 4 people. This is a cluster with 4. This is a cluster with 5, and so on. This is all connected to a central authority. Suppose we divide the organization like one team is looking after the board games, one team is looking after the computer games, one is looking after the different products, one is looking after the swimming, and all these teams will be led by an individual team manager. These managers will be responsible in leading their teams, the decisions they should take, and all these kinds of things. Now, these managers will be responsible to report what decisions have been taken in their team to the central authority, and the CEO will be responsible for looking for the overall decisions of their company. This is how centralization and decentralization work. So why should we know all this? This webinar is mainly focused for blockchain. Why are we talking all this? In order to learn what is blockchain, we should know the basic operations that are embedded into that kind of technology. So this is one technicality that we have to know about centralized and decentralized. This can be applicable to any kind of organization, whether it is a restaurant, whether it is a software company, even if it is a network. Even in the network also, we can apply the same concept, because in a network also, network is nothing but a combination of computers linked together. What kind of mm, connections they have, whether a single computer is controlling all the networks, or they are into a combination, like each and every computer can interact equally with the network, like that. So these are the two basic things that are centralized and decentralized. Before moving to what is a blockchain, actually, we also have to talk about distributed. What do we mean by distribution actually? In this webinar, what are we doing? Actually, we are distributing the knowledge among each other. Whatever I know, I am sharing with you. Whatever the things I should learn, I am embedding them from you to me. This is what we are distributing here. What do we mean by distributing? Suppose in a technical terms, like in a computer system, multiple computers interact with each other. But suppose we have a lab. In the lab, what do? We have suppose the strength is 60. We have 60 different computers, but in the end, there will be one system or one that is called a server. The administrator is going to run upon. What does the administrator see? The entire systems as he sees as a single unit. He sees which part of the network is running good, which system is going to fail, or what is happening with the network. Suppose there is only one single printer for the entire network. Then what is going to happen? Who is going to access? Each and every person who is there, they want to access the company or the printer that is there. Then how is it possible? In a network, there might be many people accessing the network, or everyone wants to use the printer. Then how effective it can be used? I think my question was clear. There is only one printer available for all the 60 systems, but each and every system has to use the printer. Then how will they choose? Or how will they know which one to access and which one not to access? That is actually called distribution. Then what happens is, in this kind of network, each and every, or there is a single server. This single server, there is a processing unit only with one server. That is, the thinking capability is there with the server. But there are some kind of dummy units where we only project the information that is there in the server. Then the end user, how does he think in this kind of local networks? That is where is a distributed system. A distributed computer system is going to contain multiple software components, but it is going to run as a single system. Like one system is going to have the CPU. One part is going to have the display unit. One is going to perform the mathematical operations. One is going to perform the computational components. One is going to look after the other subjects, and all together, clubbed together, will be a distributed computer system. Even a distributed computer system, the systems need not be in a single location. They can be in a geologically different locations. Like one can be in Vizag, one can be in Mumbai, one can be in Delhi. From there, they interact together as a network, and they publish the information as a single unit. So that was the basic things, the basic technical details that you should know before going into blockchain. But why did it evolve? Uh, right? Why did it evolve? To this kind of questions, we should talk about trust. Right? What is trust? Trust indicates the amount of belief you have on the other people. Suppose I invest 1 lakh rupees, or I deposit 1 lakh rupees into a bank. Is there any assurance that the bank will hold still until and unless you want to withdraw? Or you have lend it to your friend, or you have given it somewhere, or you have given to some X person. Is there any assurance, or simply that, is there any assurance that they are going to return it? Or is there any assurance that there will not be any kind of theft done? Or simply you have deposited X amount into, you stored it in some other place where you are, where you trust that person very much. What is going to actually happen? Every time, does this trust maintain well? I think no. Right? In such kind of things, when we do a particular transaction, there are so many robberies that are going on. What is the main point of online robbery, like cyber crimes? A lot of people are being victims. They just send you a link, and if you click on the link and then enter the information that is being asked, like your bank account details or your PIN numbers or your CVV numbers, if you share these details, what is going to happen? Your account balance is going to become zero. Later, when you launch a complaint into cybercrime, what is going to happen? Some investigation has to be done. If you approach your bank, what do they say? As per the information that they have received your CVV number and PIN number. That is an authenticated transaction. So that is not a crime. Then you have to approach the cybercrime and do what not, all the kinds of things. But instead of doing all these kinds of things, if there is an authenticated software or authenticated service that is going to tell you who is doing the transaction, who has done the transaction actually, then you can red-handedly catch the person, whoever is doing that. That is one kind of advantage we have in blockchain. The other kind of, actually this blockchain has evolved mainly for this financial transactions, for the financial sector to be beneficial. So the definition for the blockchain can be like, it is a kind of decentralized, distributed, public digital ledger. What do we mean by a ledger is, it is a kind of book where we record all the transactions that are being happening in the network. Suppose there are 3 people in the network. The first one is sending some X file or X PDF file to person Y. That transaction will be recorded in the ledger. Then Y is responding to Z with some kind of reply file in a Word file. That is a kind of transaction that is being recorded in the digital ledger. Now, what actually happens is theft need not always be financial. Whenever we send a photo or an information file to someone else, there is every possibility that this can be tampered, or this can be modified, or this can be altered. This is what is happening with most of the girl candidates with the photographs in the social networks. Whichever photo you want to morph, you take it into that. You take that kind of photo, you put it into a software, and you can edit your backgrounds. You can choose different kinds of popular actors that you can club their photo with. They ultimately release the result and post it into some kind of social network, where even the person that is there in the photograph doesn't know when and where this photograph has been arisen from. Right? All these kinds of things, they happen due to anonymous networks. So avoiding this kind of networks, we bring in a public digital ledger. Digital ledger, because everything is done in your computer, or everything is done digitally, not using your physical copy books, handwritten copy books. Right, so that is a decentralized distributed public digital ledger, which is used to record transactions across many computers. Many computers, again, I stress, they can be geologically shared. One can be in Vizag, one can be in US, one can be in UK, one can be in Mumbai. Anywhere they can share, but if they are connected in a single network, anyone can record transactions in this ledger. So this network can be decentralized, that is, no single authority is there. Next thing that is being focused in blockchain is it is distributed. You can sit in your house and you can just connect to the network or the node that is there in US, and you can work according to that. And it is public. That means everyone can check the information that is there in the ledger. Ledger is where every transaction is being recorded. And what makes this blockchain very popular is, once if the information is recorded in the ledger, you can never ever change the information. Even if it is your information, that is called immutable. Immutable indicates you cannot change the information. Even if your if suppose my record is there, my personal details, or I have been working in college X, like I have worked initially with Gayatri Vidya Parishad, where I have drawn some X amount of salary. Suppose I have drawn 50,000. Next, when I change the college, I want to update, or I have got an increment there, I want to update my salary to 55,000, suppose. I cannot directly go to the record where my salary is there as 50,000, erase it or delete it and enter the information 55. No, that is not allowed. Right? In order to change the information that is already embedded into blockchain, what do we do is we have to update it into one more transaction. That means till today, my salary was 50,000 per month. Since tomorrow or since the next month on, what is going to happen is it gets incremented. So whenever people ask me what my salary is now, I answer them 55. But if they are going to check in the history, what is going to be available is all the information about my previous salaries. Suppose I started with 30. I have reached 40, then 45, then 50, then 55. All this history about that single person will be available. It cannot be erased, which this kind of immutability is going to very, I mean, it is going to play a very important role in kind of medical field. Suppose a patient is there, a patient can go to any number of doctors. Suppose he has a heart problem, he is going to reach the cardiologist, he is going to reach physician, he is going to some other dentist, but he doesn't want the other doctors to know which kind of medicine he is using. Or simply he can check with two cardiologists whether to either to cross check or to have a confirmation, he can go to two cardiologists. He might not be sharing the information that he has taken from cardiologist A to cardiologist B. But the medicines that they prescribed, if they are different, what is going to happen to the patient? If they don't actually suit the patient, the medicine that cardiologist A has given does not every kind of medicine need not suit the patient well, or the details that he has shared with cardiologist A are hidden with cardiologist B, so that the treatment that he will give cannot be very apt. In order not to hide such information, what do we do is we directly embed all this medical history of the patient into the blockchain. Wherever he go or whichever hospital he go, what we do is we give this patient an ID, and that ID will be shared with the hospitals. So looking at the chain of this patient, they can know what kind of allergies he is going to have, which kind of medicine doesn't suit him, or which kind of medicine has to be prescribed, what are the other things that he has already used, so that they can increase their dosage. Right, all these kind of complications without speaking individually to the patient many number of hours, a doctor can easily know what is the medical history that this patient is having. And that is the main advantage of immutability. Also, this makes the transactions in the chain transparent. Transparency is you can know which transactions are readily available, you can know what is happening in your system in the sense in your network. Who are the people that are participating? What is the operation that they are doing? Suppose I am talking in the webinar, some 10 people or 15 people are listening. So when this network is totally embedded into a blockchain, what people can know is whether a person is really focusing on the webinar, or simply they turned on into the webinar, logged into the webinar and doing their work. Or if I am talking into the webinar, not a robot or a chatbot, right? Such kind of things even can be recorded into a blockchain. This is the very basic definition that every blockchain developer or every single person that who is willing to join or who is willing to know about the blockchain can understand or should know. Sir, I think I'm not confusing people. I hope you are understanding.
We are
Thank you,
completely
sir.
fine. Now I really understood what this blockchain is all about.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chandra. You are going good.
Thank you, sir. So next, we'll see how this blockchain can solve real world problems. Why is it so important that everyone has to focus? Wherever you go, with the recent technologies, like so far we have seen neural networks or deep learning or artificial intelligence, machine learning. Now everyone is going towards blockchain. What is blockchain? Why is it? Why has it become a cutting edge to every kind of real world problems? Right, as we have discussed already, it is an immutable ledger. That means once if a transaction is being recorded into your chain, it cannot be altered. Only you can do is you can update. You can add one more transaction to the ledger, but you cannot modify them. That is one most important property. And the other most important property is transparency and fairness. Whatever transactions that you are doing, you can simply take the transaction as an operation which you do in the network. Any kind of thing. Transaction is not necessarily financial transaction. It can be the information that you are reading. Suppose you have borrowed a book from your library. It is still available with you. Even that can be a transaction that can be recorded into the ledger. A simple transaction is nothing but any kind of operation which you do in the network. These are the two main properties that has made the blockchain very popular. Then one more thing we should talk about is optimization, or the straightforwardness the blockchain is going to offer into the real world. What is this optimization? Optimization is nothing but and one more thing that we should talk about blockchain is if there are 10 people in the network. Suppose in the blockchain, every transaction that we record will go into a single block. And upon reaching the maximum size of that block, one more block will be created. Like this, chaining is going to happen. Suppose, and these transactions, once they are released from a network, they have to be authenticated or they have to be authorized by the people that are there in the network. These set of people are called miners. What they do is they check for the authenticity of the transaction, whether it is a fraud or if it is a genuine transaction, whether that can be included into the block or not, if that is going to put in some kind of problem to the network. All these things will be checked by the miners or authenticators in the network, and then they are going to add this transaction to the block. Once a block is going to be finalized and added to the blockchain, this chain will be available with all the people that are there in the network. Suppose there are 10 people in the network. Each and every person will be having the copy of the blockchain that is available in that network. So whenever there are 10 people in the network, there is no assurance that all the 10 people should be in a genuine or they will be using for the same purpose. What I do is either for some kind of benefit or for some kind of fun, what I try to do is I try to change some kind of data. Then what is going to happen? The copy of information that is there with me, I will be able to modify that information. This will not be broadcasted to all the copies of information there with the other miners. So when you check with the blocks of information that is there in the entire network, you can easily find out who is going to or who has modified the data, because the copy of data that is there with you is different from a copy of data which is there with all the 9 people that are there in the network. That is how you can check for your transparency. Right. So all these kinds of things bring blockchain as a service to all the big giants in the world. There is always an adaptation. Suppose some organizations are there, they directly bring this blockchain, store their information, do all the financial transactions using this blockchain. Some organizations will be there. What they do is they take a blockchain service or a node from other company. Suppose there is IBM. IBM is offering greater support with blockchain servers. Then what I try to do is, mine is a very smaller organization. I cannot actually do all these things, or if to do all these things, I have to require staff. This is going to be a burden for my smaller organization. Then what I try to do is, I just have a tie-up. What I do is, I offer, I ask the other organization, I ask a service. Now, what has become is, this blockchain will act as a service to this organization, but in the organization, I'm not going to manage this blockchain. Or my systems or my organization does not actually run on blockchain, but as a service, I ask the other organization to offer certain kinds of services. Like my company can bring in some kind of expertise, like um, I can tell you is I want a financial suggester or financial person who is going to tell me into which kind of things I have to invest money. So this kind of things can be brought as a service from a different organization, where these kind of services are very popular with them. So the technical giants like Oracle, Microsoft, IBM, IBM has actually started the very first blockchain server. So Microsoft, Oracle, Google, all these kinds of organizations are embedding some kind of important kind of technicalities into blockchain with a different organization, and starting to use that information as authenticated into the other kinds of systems. This is not only the list of applications that are possible for blockchain, but these are only the common examples that are there, or possible applications that are there for blockchain. Into any kind of field you want, you can just embed the blockchain in any source. Suppose you want it for voting. What is the problem that we face for voting is whether your vote has been tampered, or whether your vote has been counted well. If we are casting e-voting, you can check if your information is being tampered, or your information is being modified, or if you cast EVM tampering. Suppose if we cast a vote for one side, it is going to cast it for the other side. All these kinds of mishaps can be overcome into a blockchain. What we do is, we record all the possible different candidate information into the chain. Whenever I cast a vote, that vote will directly be casted only that candidate. Such things can be directly recorded as instructions into a smart contract. We'll talk about smart contracts in a few minutes. But all the kind of regulations or condition checks that are there will be checked by these smart contracts. Suppose KYC is know your customer. A single person can have multiple bank accounts. I have an account with SBI. I can have an account with ICICI. I can have an account with HDFC, like so on and so forth. If you approach each and every kind of bank, they always ask for KYC. That is know your customer. You have to produce your certificates or the documents that they ask. Your information will be validated, and then everyone is going to put your information into their server. Instead of doing this, entire thing can happen in 2 or 3 days, like in good olden days. Now it is going to take like 1 day. Instead of wasting this time in just verifying the same old documents that are already verified by the other bank, what we can do is embed the single person. I mean, suppose every person is going to have his own information into a chain. If you can give your ID to that bank, where once KYC is being done, your documents will be automatically validated, like your Aadhaar. Each and every time we don't verify the details in your Aadhaar. Right, like that, if your documents are verified and put into your chain once, this ID can be used by any number of banks that you approach directly. If it is authenticated, you can take it as authenticated, because no kind of modifications or tampering can be done. Even in education, fake certificates are always a big headache. right? Instead of having these fake certificates, what happens is if a person has actually finished his degree, what we do is instead of giving him a digital degree or a soft copy of a degree, we embed that degree into the chain or outcome of the college or degree. I mean, the outcome batch of the college, that is 60 students are in the outcome batch, all the 60 degrees will be uploaded to the chain. Whenever his details has to be verified directly, you can get the information from the blockchain of the college or blockchain of the student, instead of me submitting some kind of modified document or fake documents. All these can be reduced. Even in health, there is always drug trafficking, right? Some kind of medicines can be stealed or some kind can be modified. There will be some kind of fake products in the name of the original things. All these can be checked. Even in supply chain we can take a lot. You can take for the raw materials, you can take for the finished goods. uh, the advantage of blockchain can be seen is if suppose there is a farmer, we can take some raw goods from the farmer. From the time, suppose we are talking with coffee beans or we are talking with rice, right? Excuse me. From the time where you have taken this raw material from the farmer, we'll use a single tag, or if we can say it as an ID. We just assign that raw material an ID. From the farmer, where does it go? Is into a retailer to some kind of supermarket, from the supermarket to some other manufacturer, where this raw processed coffee beans will be crushed into some powder. They make, some of them they make them as instant, some make them as some other kind, some will make them coffee, some will make them cold coffee, whatnot. How this is being transferred in its lifetime, starting from a raw product that is picked from the plant, from the farmer, in which steps it is going to operate, whether that kind of bean is validated, or if it is good, or if it has been poisoned by some other thing, if it is tampered, some kind of attack has taken. All these kinds of things can be known with that particular supply chain, with that particular chain in the supply chain. Like this, in every field you take, you can always embed your blockchain into all kinds of applications that you perform. Only thing that has to be taken care of is if you want some kind of security for your information, or if you want to protect your transactions in a simpler way or a secure way, you will embed that kind of application into your blockchain. There is no endpoint, or there is no restriction that only this information has to be embedded into a blockchain. Any information that you want to store, any information that has to be provided security, can be embedded into a blockchain. This is a small link that I found to be useful for the applications of blockchain. You can please check this link, and you can know some details about the applications. This is an basic example for voting system which we have discussed earlier. The left example is stating the traditional way of election. The first one is a pre-election campaign. That is a form that you have to fill in all that, and then the election step, your ID has to be verified. Then you will cast your vote, and then you deposit that vote into the ballot box. Suppose what happens is, if the ballot box is stolen, what happens to your vote? It is simply lost. And post election, the winner is declared, and then he has to report to some kind of system, and then he is going to constitute the government. Suppose this is transformed into digital system. What do? We initially generate a Google form, or we initially design a form where you have different candidate options. Then you can choose a particular candidate, and then you will submit. After you finish clicking on the submit button, then what is the actual process that is going to happen? From your submit button on the client side, it is going to reach the server. In the server, your information is going to store. Some kind of processing is going to happen there. That is the counting of the number of votes each candidate has been voted or casted. And then the result is going to be declared. When so much information is being stored in the server and multiple options are being happening in the network, what if an attacker comes in, or he hacks the network where your casted votes are reaching the server? Instead of 3 candidates are there, suppose I cast for A, my friend cast for B, the other person cast for C. Now what this attacker does is, any kind of vote that you cast are only being casted to candidate C. If that is the script that is going to be run in your network without the notice of the election commission. What is going to happen? The result will be one-sided. Right, to avoid all these kinds of systems, what we do is we embed the entire process of voting into blockchain. Inside the chain only you are going to generate a form. After that you will publish that into your network. Some kind of casting will be done, and that is updated to your blockchain, and result also will be published back in your blockchain. When everything is being made so secure, there is no point that you can go and attack your blockchain, because this copy will be available with all the network users, and whoever is trying to modify the data, it can be marked out easily. And also that doesn't allow you to change the information, because it is always stored in the form of some kind of encoded text, not as a plain text. That is with the voting system. This is the example for KYC. I'm sorry. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear. Go ahead.
So, so far, are we clear, sir? Or
Yes,
am I
ma'am.
going
We understood.
fast,
We
or
understood the real uses of blockchain.
am I going fast, or should I slow, or is
No,
it
no,
slow?
you are going fine. You are going fine.
Yeah. So that is the basic things that a person has to keep in mind about blockchain. So in order to pursue a career in blockchain, what are the prerequisites? So we knew the importance of blockchain. Then what are the things that you should know to pursue blockchain? The first and foremost thing is the candidate should know the fundamental skill and technical knowledge. That is, any kind of information that is stored into a blockchain is always related to cryptography. Cryptography is nothing but encoding your plain text into some kind of encoded. For that, we have multiple kinds of cryptographic techniques. And blockchain uses a cryptographic technique called SHA. In SHA, what is the advantage of using SHA is any kind of cryptographic algorithm is possible in both ways. That is, you can encode your plain text to some ciphertext, and back this ciphertext can be decoded to plain text. But when coming to blockchain, it is using SHA technique, which is only one-sided. Once if your information is encoded, it cannot be decoded. And any modification that is done to your information will generate a new ciphertext. The same ciphertext will not be there for two kind of text. That is, suppose we can write end, A and D, end. A and D, all three letters into small letters. And I can also write it as A capital, N D small. I can write it as A, N, and D capital. All these three things will generate a new kind of ciphertext. Though the word is same, the representation is different. A is small, in one place A is capital, in other place D is capital. Because as per the representation is different, it is going to generate a three encoded text. All three of them will not be the same. That is the internal operation of a blockchain. So whoever is going to aim, or whoever is trying to learn blockchain, should always know about distributed system. He should always know about networking. Like we have discussed in the very first slide, centralized network, decentralized network, distributed network. This is what a candidate should know. And then it is about the cryptonomy. Cryptonomy is nothing but it is a combination of cryptography and economics. Why economics is because one should know how the cryptocurrency is being used, or cryptocurrency is being operated. Like this is a slide where you can see what a candidate actually should know into these technicalities. First one is telling you about the networks, that is peer-to-peer network. Then second point is going to tell you about the cryptography, that is the ciphers, block cipher, message identity, authentication, encryption. This all will constitute parts in your degree actually. If there are people who are watching this after inter, everything is going to be new. But people who are already into BTechs or into some kind of technical degree will have a basic knowledge about all this. Then Coming to data structures. Why should we learn data structures? I already told you the blockchain. Chain indicates linking. How this linking has to be done will be learned or will be taught to you in kinds of linked list. That is a part and parcel of your programming. So any kind of programming language like C, C++, Java, Python, anything will be fine. Because in any kind of programming knowledge, you will learn the basics of how to write a script or how to write a simple program that you're trying to operate or trying to execute in your systems. Then you have graphs, these graphs and maps, all these will be, you can see which kind of integration is being done into your network. So all these things will be learned in your data structures. This is the first basic thing that you have to learn. Next thing that we have to discuss is about a smart contract. Before going to smart contract, we'll have a quick recap of your traditional contract. What is a contract? It can be taken as an agreement between two parties. Suppose I'm trying to sell my house. What do is I find a person who is going to market about the house or the property that I'm trying to sell. So what this intermediate person is going to do, he is going to find a certain amount of people or the right people that are able to purchase the product that I am selling. Now, how many people are there in this actual transaction? The seller, the buyer, and the middleman who is going to market or bargain as per the requirement of both the seller and the buyer. This is what actually happens in a contract. You will, when all the conditions are met, you will put all the terms and conditions into your contract. That so much amount of time or so many installments that person is going to pay, or by when your this transaction has to be cleared, or who is going to register and what name is going to be registered. If failing to pay you back, what is going to happen? All these things will be recorded in your smart contract. Recorded in your contract, and a copy of this contract will be maintained by both seller and the buyer. In certain cases, by also the middleman. Now, what happens if I change the information that is there in my contract? I try to erase it, or I try to create a new contract with all this information. Suppose only the contract is available with the middleman, not with the buyer and the seller. This middleman has certain terms and conditions or has certain loopholes with the buyer. He changes some information about the amount that has actually been modified. Mentioned. Suppose I'm buying it for 2 crores. The middleman gets a benefit of 5 lakhs, and what he does is instead of 2 crores, he'll change it to 20 lakhs. Who is going to lose? The person that is who is the buyer has no idea what is going to happen. Or any kind of modification that he wants to do can be done in your fiscal contract. Suppose always you should also have to check about the conditions mentioned in your contract manually. If you miss a deadline, you have missed what is mentioned in the contract. All these kinds of things are the main advantage of blockchain is it is going to eliminate these intermediaries in terms of smart contracts. Smart contract is nothing but it is a piece of code. It can be written in many different languages depending on the platforms. It is a piece of code which is automatically going to execute when there are two communicating entities, one the buyer and the seller. What they do is they record all the conditions that they want to be satisfied into a smart contract, and then embed this contract into your blockchain. What actually happens is whenever the conditions that are met in the smart contract, it is going to be triggered automatically. That is, it is going to get executed automatically, and the operation is going to happen. Suppose I'm selling my house or I'm selling my car. What conditions that I write is if the car condition is well and good. If there is 1 week trial period or 1 day testing period. After this testing period, what the two participating entities decide is the amount has to be automatically transferred from the buyer's account to the seller's account. This is the conditions that they write in the smart contract. Now, what actually it happens is from today your trial period starts. After 2 working days, if everything is termed fine, without any intimation, the condition has been met in the contract, the execution will automatically happen. The amount will be transferred from the seller's account to the buyer's account. This will reduce the intermediary operations or intermediary people that are there in the smart contracts. It can be a middleman, it can be a lawyer, it can be a brokerage agency, any kind of thing. That is the main advantage of this smart contract. Next, what a person has to know in order to pursue a career in blockchain is about the decentralized applications, or it simply can be called as DApp. In decentralized applications, we have a lot many things. That one thing is called Hyperledger, the other is EOS, Ethereum, NEO. There are a lot many things that are possible in decentralized applications. These are nothing but the facility that you have in order to pursue or in order to have your own blockchain. That means you can develop different kinds of applications in terms of develop different kinds of applications using these kinds of networks. Hyperledger is a kind of open source platform. This can be used if you are using cross industry applications. EOS stands for electro optical system. This is a kind of decentralized operating system which has higher transaction speeds. We can use it for financial facilities. Then Ethereum is the most popular platform nowadays. If you are talking about blockchain, most of them think Ethereum is the only platform that is available for blockchains. It is one of the most popular options, but it is not the only option. Right, in Ethereum, whenever we want to write a script, it is done with the language called Solidity. Solidity is the name of the language in which you write the smart contracts. It almost resembles JavaScript and C++. Then Neo is another kind of platform. Unlike Ethereum, you can use any kind of programming language you're comfortable, like C# or Java or any kind of thing, and you can develop your own distributed application. These are some kind of basic distributed networks where you can develop your blockchain. Then, apart from this technicalities, you should also know when you should what kind of mindset that a person should have. You should always be thinking what mainly a blockchain developer should know is into which aspect the security has to be laid. Suppose in storing records, security has to be laid, or with the financial transaction, security has to be laid, or different organizations need security at different levels. For a data center, the information that is stored into its organization, security has to be embedded. If there is a kind of service that is CCTV footages or closed circuit TV organization, there the information that is being monitored has to be taken care of. In a college, the login times and the logout times, or the information that is being shared in the network, has to be taken care of. Like different kinds of things has to be taken care in a different situation. So a developer always has to know which kind of skill is required to safeguard the information. Some things require tree structures, some require digital signatures, some requires hash techniques. Like this, a person always has to know which kind of security technique that has to be embedded into which application. The other thing is he should always know the outcome of the company, or how simply he has to design the thing. Next is he should know about the platforms. As I have told you, Ethereum is not the only platform. There are many. You have XDC Network, Stellar, Quorum, OpenChain, R3 Corda. Like many platforms you have. You should always most of the people think that they should know all the things in order to choose one. Like you should know program. When we talk about programming, a person thinks he has to know C, C++, Java, then Python. All these are integrated, so they should know all. No, what you do is, depending on the requirement, you will have to choose your own platform. If you start learning all the platforms, you will end up in a question mark, because they will be very confusing. They will be almost similar, but there will be many differences between each. So that is going to be a waste of time. Depending on the specific requirement that you will have to choose your own platform. Then you should any kind of thing that you should always know about distributed ledger, because any kind of blockchain you use, the ultimate thing that you have to learn is how a transaction has to be recorded into your digital ledger technology. Then you should also know about interoperability. What interoperability means is you can navigate from one kind of platform into the other. Suppose we talk about Ethereum. Ethereum works well in both kind of platforms. That is, Linux, it is going to work well. It is going to work well with Windows. It is going to work well with Mac. Any kind of platform you take, it is going to work fine. That is how your smart contracts or your programs have to be designed. Next is embracing blockchain expertise as a service. Always a blockchain need not be fully developed in your organization. You can develop your blockchain into your server, and this can be offered as a service to some other X organization. Then you have to know which information is going to come in, how the collaboration is being done, or which negotiation, what are the skills that are required for negotiating, like what is the consortium that is there with that particular organization. All these things have to be taken care of. The next one is learning to drive business outcomes. What are the business outcomes? Here, a developer has to exactly know what his organization is trying to market. Whether he is trying to market a particular software or a particular hardware component or a particular service that they are offering. Suppose Uber is there or Ola is there. They are trying to offer a service that is sharing of your cab or booking of your cab. That is a service that they are offering. Whereas if you take a company like Microsoft, what they do is they market about the product. They give you Windows operating systems. They give you certain different softwares. That is, depending on the organization that you are dealing with, you exactly have to know what is being expected by your organization. Is it entirely development, or is it marketing, or what kind of information has to be brought into your blockchain? These are the basic requirements that a person has to know, whoever is willing to come into blockchain technology. This is a kind of a brief tool set, or they can call it as a toolkit that a person should know. I mean, not all these, but into each and every field, you should know at least one. We have talked about cryptography, where you should know what are keys, digital signatures, hashing, wallet. All these will be interlinked. In programming languages, you can learn any C, Solidity, JavaScript, Go. Go is a kind of programming language. You will use it in Go Ethereum. Then you have web development, because in blockchain applications also will have the front end and the back end. In front end, you can design your web pages and so on. So you will learn validations and all will be there. How effective you can design your visual pages like HTML, JavaScript, CSS, other frameworks you will have. IDEs are nothing but the development environment. Like we can type it in a Microsoft Word document, you can type it in a notepad, you can type it in command prompt, anywhere you can type out of, excluding these, we also have certain kind of softwares where they provide the support for coding, right? Eclipse, Remix is a place where you will execute your smart contracts readily. It is a browser edition. Then for your source code tracking, you always have GitHub or GitLab, where ready-made codes will be available, which are developed by different kinds of programmers worldwide. You can check with these, and then you can develop your own softwares. Next, you should learn about is data structures like hash trees, stack, graph, linked list, all these things. Then when we talk about smart contracts, you always have to know how you should design, what are the things that are required for development of your smart contract. After developing your smart contract, how is it tested? Testing means to check the validity. If you are writing a program for addition of two numbers, and when you give the input, if it is performing subtraction, that doesn't do any meaning. Though you write your program very well, you have designed all the things well, and your program is executing fine. But the intention that you write your program is for addition, and if it is performing subtraction, what does it is used for, right? That is where you will know the errors in testing. And then the deployment. For testing, we have different tools like Ganache, MetaMask, and Truffle. Though the words are different, these are the important components, or this is the entire tool set that a person is expected to know before pursuing a career in your blockchain. Then, well and good, we have known what is blockchain, why it has evolved, what are the things that a person should know in order to have a career in blockchain. Then, what are the possible career options? Like, what are the who will hire if you if you pursue a career in blockchain, who is going to hire? There can be four kinds of significant people who are going to take you. One is the industries, any kind of big company like bank, like an accountancy firm, like oil and gas, insurance, retailer, law office, any kind of industry you take, there is always an opportunity for a blockchain developer. 630. Startups is a very kind of smaller organization where you can embed your career into any kind of platform. Even if it is a smaller organization or a smaller business, the blockchain plays into a major role in this kind of startup. Then you have a technical firm. Technical firm is nothing but where you make agreements, something kind of law kind of agencies. Then even in government, there are a lot many applications where you can take healthcare or legal issues, anything can be embedded into your blockchain. So into these four kinds of significant places, you can land up in a crypto job or a blockchain. These are the most popular designations that a blockchain programmer is going to hire. Program is going to be hired: blockchain developer or a solution architect, project manager, legal consultant, quality engineer. Uh, there are around 12 popular designations a particular person can land in. We'll just have a quick recap of what are the possible career options that you can have. First one is a blockchain developer. This person is expected to be known about different kinds of programming languages like C++, Python, or JavaScript, anything that is responsible for developing or creating an application. These people will be hired. This is the highest ranking position in blockchain. That is the most technical part. Next one is the solution architect. Solution architect is, as the word indicates, architect is always responsible for designing the architecture or designing how this should work, designing the solution for the problem, assigning different tasks to different people, connecting the solution components with the experts. Like one team will be testing, one team will be designing, one team will be marketing. All these things, the solution architect is going to manage, like the front end designers, IT operations, network administrators, all these things this person is going to monitor. The next one is a full stack developer, blockchain full stack developer. These people will be responsible for the entire infrastructure and protocols that have to be written in your platform. Protocol is nothing but the instruction or the set of instructions that are there on how to, how the rules that a particular organization will work on, or your product rules. Suppose your laptop is there. Laptop protocol is, if you type certain keys, that will be brought up into your shown in your monitor. That is a rule. Suppose your networks is there. In case of networks, what is there is only one person can talk at a time. Suppose simplex communication, only one person can talk at a time. In duplex communication, both of us can communicate. All these things are different rules that are followed in that particular network. And these rules are called protocol. A protocol is nothing but from the starting point to the ending point, how the entire thing can be monitored or operated is called a protocol. Now, a full stack developer is responsible for building the entire infrastructure and the protocols. They will be paid around $1 lakh per year for their technical skills. The next is a different blockchain project manager. Project manager, as the name indicates, is not going to put in his technical skills into development, but he is going to look after. These are people who expertise in different kinds of solution monitorings. Like one will be doing, different kinds of teams will be doing different kinds of things. Where even technical workers will be there, non-technical workers will be there. All these things will be monitored or communicated, and then this will be taken to their higher authorities. That is the main responsibility of project manager in blockchain. UX designer, these people are only responsible for designing the front end. These people should know what information has to be brought from the client and sent to your blockchain. That is the main responsibility of a front end designer. Then the quality engineer. These people will always be there to check the quality of the product. Whatever you're trying to do, quality of a software will be like, if multiple people are trying to attack your software should not break down. That indicates your software is of good quality. Such kind of testing will be done by blockchain quality engineer. Then a legal consultant. Why is this legal consultant required? Is because of your smart contracts. When we write smart contract, always you should take care of the legal issues, because what kind of what kind of issues you write, or what kind of finances you're taking care of, or how to handle uh, the property issue, such kind of things, or what kind of problem is going to arise with what kind of contract. For all these things, a legal consultant or a lawyer can actually work into blockchain technology with the help of your smart contracts. Not only these leading roles, but every employee in an organization is expected to know about blockchain. Because whenever you talk, suppose an accountant is there, if two accountants in different organizations talk, you should be able to tell the other person what is the advantage that your organization is having by using blockchain in that particular organization. So every person, like managers or crypto brokers, marketers, everyone in the organization should be able to know the basic knowledge about blockchain, because your organization is tending to use blockchain. These are the rough salaries that a person who is performing, who is trying to join blockchain are getting as of 2023. On an average, it is going to be 8 lakhs per annum because it is in very initial stage. A developer is going to range from 5 lakhs per annum to 30, and some kind of professionals with 3 years of experience is going to range around 45 lakhs per annum. Uh, for very senior positions in SBI or some collaborations, people can also expect around 4 crores per year. Right. For the last 5, I have not mentioned any rough salaries because they are dependent entirely on the organization that they are joining. Like startups, they offer very less, and very good organization, they can offer around 18 to 20 lakhs or something like that. These are the rough salaries that are being paid in India as of 2023. And then this is a little statistics about blockchain developers in different foreign countries: US, Singapore, UK, Germany. You can have it as a right. So far we have. I hope I'm not boring you. We have a quick recap. We have known what is blockchain. We have talked about the technical details of blockchain. We have talked about different application areas of blockchain. Then we have known different people that are going to hire you if you are pursuing a career in blockchain. What are the different career options that you have in blockchain? Then the other famous technologies that we have is data science. Why should you choose blockchain over data science? That is the most important thing that you have know, whether data science is useful or blockchain is useful. Uh, what will be the option? I mean, what is the thing that you have learned in what you should learn into data science, or what is the thing that you should learn into blockchain? Right. This is a simple slide that tells you the differences or the advantages of blockchain over data science. The initial difference is going to be the application domain. Blockchain mainly focuses on the financials and the security aspects of your application, whereas data science is only going to be taken care of in healthcare, retail, or social media, and so on and so forth. It is not going to check the security. Uh, it is going to just bring in some statistical and computational methods, and it is going to perform some operations on the data, and it is going to show you the result. That is the only thing that is done in data science. But whereas coming to blockchain, it is going to use cryptographic techniques, distributed computing, and it provides your information security and transparency. These are the main things that you should know when you are using blockchain. Right. So using blockchain makes your information secure and transparent. In the utmost level, the highest level of security will be provided by your blockchain. So I think choosing a career in blockchain will be advantageous rather than choosing a career in data science. So before winding off, we'll just know about the technical giants that are using blockchain either totally or in a different level, like as a service. These are the top 10 companies that are using blockchain in India for 2023. I hope most of the names are new. These are the top 15 companies that are trying to bring in some kind of usage into blockchain, where TCS stands for the first. Also Infosys, Tata Motors, Tata Steel, Reliance, every organization into at least possible way they are trying to embed into blockchain. And if you have time, please go through this link so that you can know. I mean, if suppose TCS is there, into what aspect of application TCS is using blockchain, those details you can get through this link. Those are, I mean, these organizations are actually using blockchain into the technical operations. But these organizations like Amazon, Apple, Google, Accenture, Deloitte, Uber, they are trying to use blockchain only for a certain organization. Amazon uses it for it using AWS so that the information in AWS can be made very secure. What Google does is it developed a blockchain node. Whoever is wanting to develop blockchain can use that service as a blockchain node into your organization. Your organization need not be actually deploying blockchain because that is very financially high. You can simply rent, or you can simply make an contract with Google so that it provides you the service for using their blockchain node. These 6 organizations are integrating blockchain in that way. Not only the software organizations, but banks. SBI and JP Morgan and collaboration between SBI and JP Morgan, they are trying to use blockchain into the transactions that they are performing in. Citibank is totally trying to embed blockchain into all the transactions that they perform. This is the last part that I have to focus on is the different government operations that are being done using blockchain. Apart from India, there are, leaving behind India, there are many foreign organizations that they are embedding blockchain into government operations, into foreign affairs. US is using blockchain into General Service Administration. Denmark is using for foreign affairs. California is using it for proof of useful work. That is computational mining. It is using cloud-based infrastructure. Then UK is using for welfare programs. US is using for some kind of food program for as a delivering aid. Then the city of future, Dubai is called the city of future. It is going judicially. It has a court of blockchain where every judgment or any issue is going to be recorded in the blockchain. Then Colorado is using for maintaining data sets of patients' information. UAE is using for healthcare and cyber security. Like this, the list is endless. Even I have a lot of applications. You can find them anywhere on the net. Right. So this is about some kind of information about a blockchain, of what applications into government they have, into healthcare or into legally and all that. I hope you found it useful. So
Really, ma'am, really. Yeah, ma'am, please, can you stop sharing?
Yeah, sure.
So it is very, very informative, Andy. Really like the way you presented, and you're so patient enough to explain each
I hope
and every.
I didn't make it bored. I didn't make
No. Really, it is very informative. Even one of the faculty saying the same thing. Definitely, because students are writing exam, definitely. And nowadays, what happens is when we ask the students why you are not joining Zoom, they're saying, sir, anyway, it will be in Zoom. We'll watch whenever it is convenient for us. That's a wonderful thing, right? It's not a problem. So, I really appreciate you, Saujanya Garu. You collected so much of useful information and you kept them in so hierarchical way. And definitely, it is going to help. Yeah, before we discuss, yeah, Muralidhar Reddy Garu, can you unmute yourself? Is he your student? Saujanya Garu, you know him?
No, sir, I don't.
Muralidhar Reddy. Yeah, please unmute yourself.
Sir, good evening, sir. This is Muralidhar Reddy.
Yes, sir.
So basically, I am a training and placement officer in one of the engineering college in Kurnool.
Oh,
So I have around 26 years of experience prior to education.
oh,
I work with the industry as well as IT also for
oh,
major companies in SAP.
okay.
And so one point I can say, two takeaway points from this program. So I congratulate Saujanya Garu for this event, and she
Thank
has
you, sir.
explained very well. I'll tell you why. Basically, I'm a chemical engineer. Okay, I could understand the blockchain by her brief introduction of 1 hour session. So that means that message is gone to the people. So I can say that upfront. And secondly, the whatever the your educational academy is doing, aligning parents, students, and teachers. It is a unique platform, I can say. And
Thanks.
whatever the information you are given initially, that many students are coming with the doubts and all. So the need of the hours is there should be a synergy between training department as well as academics. That means faculties. So now because I have around 30 to 35 colleges interaction with my colleagues, TPOs, and various principals and other group of people. Wherever I see, there is a clear-cut layer between training and academics, because they don't talk each other, and they say it is not my department, and it is training people to get the placements, and vice versa. Training also will say you come and involve with us. So it is not happening. So there is a clear-cut embarkment between these two departments, and in turn, the sufferers are students, and they are not getting the right guidance, and that is the reason today we are seeing many unethical people are coming into the education system and spoiling the total philosophy of the learning. So Venkatesh Garu, I think it is a good move, and I will take it forward your campaign to my colleagues also, make them to join, and maybe I will recommend to the teachers also from my college as well, and outside the college also. So
Thank you so much, Reddy Garu. Thank you so much, sir. Can I know from where did you get this link?
sir, this link I got it from because I'm basically from Kurnool.
Yes.
I know many of the college founders and people around our Rayalaseema. So this
Oh,
forward is shared by one of our G. Pullaya College founder, Pullaya Garu. So he has.
oh, I know him very well, sir. I know him very well. You work there?
No. I not worked it because my association with Kurnool is 40 years. My father is founder of one colony in Kurnool, that is Krishna
Oh,
Nagar, and
oh,
Pullai Garu and my father were colleagues at that time. They're both friends. So like that, I know
oh,
many
very
people
good.
in the education system. So one way I think I appreciate this is the need of our people talk as Saujanya Madam rightly said. Teachers train the trainers. That is the first concept. So not only academics, you come out of your academics and look outside what is happening outside of your campus. There are so many things are happening every minute, every hour in education system, and many technologies are coming where students are not having adequate no, destination. I can say direction you are giving, but they require equally destination also where to go. So I think it is a good move, and I always support. So you can reach me for any help you want way forward. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you so much, Reddy Garu. I think you registered for the webinar, so I have a number, so I'll call you soon.
Sure. Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
thank you
once
so
again,
much, Muralidhar Reddy Garu. Your feedback is amazing, and we are really happy to see you. And you were the first person to join the session. You were there till the end. And thank you so much, Andy, because this is the main purpose. Because I'm a teacher from last 22 years, I've seen a lot of families suffering with the wrong decisions. And one more important, sir, as you said, there's no connection between the placement office and the teachers. You have to bring it, because a lot of people, the teachers say, it is not my job. Let them do whatever they want. And I've seen, ma'am, some of the students studying in some of the engineering colleges, they're saying that, sir, we are not getting proper training. Okay, even though they're taking lakhs of rupees as a fee, right? But unfortunately, students are suffering a lot to get a placement. And getting a 3 lakh, 4 lakhs is not at all a placement for such type of degrees they should get, right? Because even if you do 3 years of BSc degree, also I get 3 lakhs rupees, right? Nowadays, getting 3 to 4 lakhs salary is not a big deal at all. When you
Yes,
study
sir.
in a technical colleges and you are saying that my college is so best and you should show them some good placement, right? But definitely, I'm not finding fault only with the colleges, maybe with the fault of students also there. But definitely, you should not suffer the student. They should not invest money for getting coaching from other side. Because
Yes, sir.
see, when we
Though they perform or though they have a technical degree, they always opt for minor training institutes like some other coaching institute for programming. They go there, they learn the programming skill, and then come back to the college. They write the exam. There is always a kind of disturbance between both.
yes, ma'am. And I find it, ma'am, see, in intermediate, all the students will be under control. Okay. They simply follow what we have to do, right? They believe this. But I don't find that in engineering college. I do have a lot of friends in engineering college. They're working. There's no much synergy between the faculty members and the student. Maybe the student think that they can learn anything outside because there is internet, there is YouTube, and the teachers may not be what called as useful for them, they think, right? But one thing, ma'am, this YouTube is going to be a threat for all the teachers if you don't update, if you're not up to date with the knowledge, if you cannot connect to the students are going to avoid the teachers because there are so many avenues are available. Lot of better teachers are exposed now, so they can switch on from one teacher to other teacher. So
Yes.
this is a one signal teachers should look at, because if you're not updated, if you don't connect to the student, if you don't hold them in your hand, they are going to what called as lose the job very soon, because the all colleges need the feedback from the students, how they effectively are training the students is very important. So that I think it applies everywhere, not only engineering college, even intermediate also, because when YouTube came, a lot of resources are available for the free. There's so many websites where the course are available for the less money they can pay. So definitely it is a big threat for the teachers if they don't update. What do you say, Saujanika, on that?
Yes, sir. Also, the students, though they are studying a particular subject, they don't know why they have to study or why they are learning that subject, what importance that subject is going to have on their curriculum. Right from infant, they don't know, sir. If I'm not
Yes,
wrong,
that
right from
yes,
infant,
yes.
why they are studying MPC for engineering or BPC for MBBS, they don't know.
Redgar, you are saying something?
Maybe one point I'll endorse what
Yes.
Madam has said earlier. Recently, I was talking to one of my family friends. Discussion has come. One of their daughter. When I talked to her, she said she joined a training institute in second year. I asked her why you have joined second year. What is the purpose? No, all my friends are joining. That also I joined it. I said, what is the necessity in the? It is that was college was autonomous college. I said everything is available. Every language is taught in depth. After final year only, you should go for some training and specific institute. And she doesn't have any answer. So this why I'm telling is here the mentor or a faculty or a teacher, class teacher role will come as an important. Take the proper direction to the students, not to deviate from the academics. First, academics learn. You have enough syllabus of your core subjects as well as technical subjects. So this way, I do very sparingly interaction as and when I come across any people, surrounding me or this thing. So these are all the because I'm talking with this language. I'm into education only 1 year back. My total background is manufacturing, Birla company. I worked in many years and IT, SAP. So within 1 year, I got the total psychology of the system because of my previous experience. Because I have undergone all this, the paradigm shift because system is system. It is education or manufacturing or IT. But what you need is a process. There should be established process, and people should follow, not people driven, process driven. See, this is what annoys me, and I am working with many agencies on this work and all. Maybe definitely I'll add value to your organization also.
Thank you so much, Redgar. Definitely we'll collaborate with you, sir. We'll soon I'll call you. And definitely we need people like you because this is change takes a lot of time. People will not change easily. it will won't like we cannot do it. Edgroom cannot alone cannot do it. The people like you definitely will bring a change. And ma'am, sir, even last year when we conducted the webinars, we got a wonderful feedback. Sir, recently one student, he said, sir, I'm joining EC. I asked him, why you are joining EC? Why can't you go for computer science? That fellow said, sir, in every webinar you are saying, don't follow the follower. I really are surprised because the students are taking, definitely these webinars are helping them. The feedback, like people from Medigaru, definitely it is a wonderful thing for us. And we definitely will look forward to bring more and more people to this platform. And definitely, we need to educate the students and the parents. Saujanagar, I have a question, and I've seen a lot of my students generally, since I teach MPC, out of 100, 95 students will be engineers. Only 5 students are going in a different direction. Maybe they are what called as afraid of engineering. Will I get through all the 4 years of BTech? And that may be a reason why they're not going for engineering. Or maybe some students, they have real interest in other subjects, maybe. But 95% of students are going to engineering. And the main important point is 1 year, first year, second year, they don't know. As you said, they are taking engineering just for a craze, or they're thinking that they have a wonderful future ahead. And have students seen by the end of third year, now they're realizing how difficult it is to get to a job. So what suggestion, ma'am, you are going to give as a faculty?
At that time, most of the damage will be done.
Yes, ma'am. What suggestions you give to the student now? The students who want to take engineering as a profession, what suggestions you give them?
Sir, it is always a straightforward option, sir, because taking engineering is dependent either for, as we have discussed, it is for the craze, like the degree, ultimate degree, he's an engineer. He's not a degree, he's an engineer. That is the main reason most of the people chose engineering over a technical degree. But as per the experience I have, some of my friends who have taken degree like BSc, BCom, they are in Germany, earning higher salaries than a person who is earning in BTech. Though he's from IIT or so on and so forth, one of my friends, he has chosen BCom as his technical degree. He joined Wipro for a higher package than an engineer. He studied only for 3 years, but he was strong in his programming basics. So the thing is, whatever degree they are doing, even if you are strong in their core skills, sir, communication skills and core skills like the programming, in software, though they take different roles like a tester or HR, whatever role they chose, the developer of, the role of a programmer or the developer is very main or crucial. They require the total technical details. As and when the software is getting updated, these people are expected to know more about the programming languages. Only if they are very passionate about learning or different kinds of programming or developing components, they have to choose that particular degree. And what is happening in other degrees also is, though they're choosing mechanical engineering or civil engineering or whatever is the engineering they choose, they ultimately land up in a software job. So if they are really passionate about the field they are choosing, they also have to learn the technical details, the core details. Like suppose if there is an EC or triple engineer, first they have to understand that they don't have that particular company that is there here. Like if you want to develop some kind of chips or circuits, they always have to move abroad or to other different location where it is very feasible. Like right now in Visakhapatnam, in around AP, that is not very feasible. So what most of the people are doing is they are learning some kind of programming skills and they are applying, coming back to computer science. So that is where, again, computer science engineers are facing greater difficulty. And these people are expected to learn more because they are totally into programming for 4 years. What the others do is they learn different skills. In the end, they learn programming and then they come into software job. So these computer science people are expected to have more technical details than the others. So if they are really passionate about computer science, only they are suggested to be into that field, rather than seeing the name and simply jumping into conclusion.
That's the main problem. That's why even the parents are also unable to think about anything else computer science. And I've seen a lot of articles. We publish a lot of in every webinar, I'm asking the same question. Is every computer science student going to get a job? Why you want to become unemployment? Why you want to become an unemployed, right? Because see, out of fear, if you take anything, definitely it is not good. I always give this example. Ma'am. I go to, for example, I go to CMR Center. I've seen a shirt. The shirt looks very good, but not doesn't fit my dimension. Should I buy it? I definitely I'm not going to buy it because it will not suit my dimension. So as simple as that. See, just because the shirt looks very good, I cannot buy it because it doesn't suit my dimension. So, ma'am, one more question. As you're saying, the blockchain technology is all about computers and software. And as rightly you said earlier, some of the students who have felt to join, for example, there are two question marks, ma'am. College versus branch always there. Suppose a student got a computer science in Gayatri and a student also got ECE. Just because Gayatri Vidya Parishad or Geetam XYZ, which are the college they have, the top 5 college you think. Because some people suggest give preference to college also. Because there you have better teachers, better placements happen, better environment is there. Which are branches, okay, you can better join. Suppose if the student join triple or EC or mechanical in that good college, and will they have a chance to get into this blockchain technology?
Yes, sir. Definitely, there is an open learning platform everywhere. Not only with the college education, we also have open source platforms like Coursera. You have Udemy. All though some of the courses will be offered for a very lesser price. In Udemy, we even have a course for 400, 450, where in a very lesser budget we can learn certain technical details. As per the question between college and the degree, I think we always have to choose the degree or the course that we join in, because if you are put in a college, if you're put into a course that you're not totally interested in, suppose I don't know mathematics well, if I'm put into a job where I should do these mathematical computations, or if I'm putting into if I put myself into computer science, or if I want to do physics very well, but I'm put into computer science, where most of the task in computer science is related to maths, I may not really like what I'm studying. So what I tend to do is I just study for the pass mark, or I just study for 60% because that is the first class, or otherwise batting will happen in the house. Right? Only
Yes.
for meeting these constraints, that particular person will study the degree, but he doesn't like what he's doing. At the end, he is going to get his degree, but which is of no use.
Yes.
So instead of doing that kind of job, if he is really passionate in his own subject, there are always open doors or for this job.
Yeah, ma'am, do you think that all the students taking particular course, do you think that they have really know well about that before they take it? See, you said that
No, sir.
branch is better than what the college.
Most of them don't know that.
So without knowing what is data science, they're taking data science, right?
Yes, sir.
And it is very pity, ma'am, because nobody is giving actually the engineering colleges should conduct some awareness programs. So data science is this, machine learning is this, what is this and this? Because there is no education for the type of student. Just because the name is very catchy and the name looks very good and then certificate, joining such courses, as you said, definitely they are going to pay the price for it. So definitely they need to work more on understanding. This is the main purpose of EdGroom. We want to give an idea to the people, like now the people, those who watch this webinar, they'll understand what exactly the intricacies of blockchain technology. They'll understand where I'm going to get a job, how my salaries will be. And if I'm prepared for it, right? Now, if I know that, yeah, I have these qualities, I can do this and I can do that. And definitely, I think these things will help a lot. Yeah, thank you so much, Saujanya Garu. Let's hear from some of the what people who are there from Sweta Garu. Are you there? Can you unmute yourself? Can you share your feedback? And we have a Google form. Please fill it, and so that we can send you a certificate. Sweta Garu, can you unmute yourself and say a little bit about the webinar? Okay. Yeah, Nandini Garu, you can talk. Okay. Lakshmi Garu, you want to share anything? Any feedback? Okay. So they are a little bit shy to talk, right? So this is one other issue, ma'am. I have seen a lot of engineering students. Some of the webinars, we have hundreds of students joining the session, but very few people are there enough to talk. Okay. Maybe They don't want to talk publicly. That's it. We
Yes.
respect them.
So,
Lakshmi,
Venkatesh,
yeah,
one
Muralidhar,
last question, one last point I will put it here. So
Yes,
during
sir.
your discussion, one point has come. Computer students itself, they are struggling to get a right job. Yes, correct.
Oh,
So now today, universities, colleges, autonomous, they are introducing around 10 sub divisions of computer systems like that: data science, DL, AI, ML, embedded, and cyber security, so on and so forth. And I counted all these around 12 types of courses are introduced by the universities or autonomous colleges. So let us say a student is joining this year in some of the course called maybe artificial intelligence or embedded system. So can the universities or colleges guarantee that after 5 years or 4 years student is coming out of the college, is there any company which has got the project on these specialized skills going to absorb these students? Question mark. It is only we are selling because it is a hot cake in terms of name, in terms of viral in internet or somewhere. It is a very good subject and all blah blah. So it is only making money and making the education system as a small industry, profitable industry, not a developing entrepreneurs or employers. They are making only employees. Employees also, they are not making it 100%. They are only pushing them to get some, as you said early, 3 to 4 lakhs job and putting some paper on their hands, say that we are provided a job. So it is a very big subject. I think Venkatesh garu, you can bring some of the big academicians and this forum also one day, and there will be a lot of inputs from the senior people in the education system or industry. Maybe I can help you to patch up some of the big people in education and industry also in this debate, because definitely there should be a change should happen. Otherwise, this blindfolded way of following by the parents or whomever may be, it doesn't help. They are spoiling the young minds, with the improper information.
wonderful, wonderful, Reddy garu. Saujanya garu, can you add a point on this, Andy? He raised a very good issue. So,
Yes, sir, but that is actually a mutual concern.
yes.
We
Yeah, I
cannot
understand, ma'am.
directly blame the college entirely.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. We understand there is a demand. Always see, yeah, as Reddy garu said, it is a business. No doubt it is a business. The problem is, ma'am, a lot of parents are, especially the middle class people, are suffering. I've seen, you don't believe me, ma'am. One of my students, just as he is interested in computer science only, that he is paying 10 lakh rupees per year. Okay, is it worth us spending that much money from the parents' hard-earned money? So I've seen lot of parents are doing they're taking a lot of loans in the craze of this. Yeah, in intermediate level also there's a business. I'm not denying it. I'm also part of the system. Okay, but the problem there is, it is only for exam, entrance exam is gone. But here it is a career. Okay, definitely, as Sir said, there is no guarantee that he's going to get a job. Yeah, as you said, we cannot completely blame the colleges. There is a what called as fault with the parents, fault with the, whenever there is a what called as I mean, it's like a customer care service, right? So the
Yes,
people
sir.
want it, they will provide it, right? Because everybody want a computer science. That's why you find thousands of students only in computer science. But the problem is, a platform like EdGroom alone cannot change the system over a period of time. It's a small effort in a big way. Okay.
The awareness
And
has to be spread, sir.
yes, ma'am. Definitely. See, the same colleges, they can conduct a lot of other. See, there are some cases where we have an interview from Gayatri students. One student studying Gayatri Vidya Parishad. That fellow is doing amazing job in Apple. So you need not be an IITian to get into Apple. You not do computer science to get into Microsoft. Still, you have so many ways of getting into that. That's the main purpose of that. Yeah,
Sir, even
anyone?
we don't
Yeah.
require a technical degree. One of my cousins, she's performing a job. I mean, she's a part of Google. She doesn't
Oh.
have a technical degree. She studied BA honors, and she studied MSc statistics, and she's earning around 40 to 48 lakhs.
Wow, my goodness. That's what, ma'am. See, that is the problem, ma'am. The students have the confidence, right? See, you can live in this world without a job. If you can give the confidence to the student, that's fair enough. Because as a teacher, that is our main job, to give confidence to the student. See, all may not get a job, very good job, but definitely if they get into some companies, I think it will be good. Yeah, anybody, Lakshmi Garu, do you want to share anything? Sweta Garu, please can you unmute yourself? Okay.
Hello.
Lakshmi Garu, you can unmute yourself.
Good
and
evening,
talk.
all. I am Lakshmi Devi. I am as assistant professor in GMR IT Institute, Rajan. Today, I heard the speech. I completely listened the speech from Saujanya. It is very good. Actually, she is one of my cousin.
Oh,
She shared the link today, and I have listened excellently. She has spoken very good speech, giving good information about blockchain technology. As I am in, I don't have that much idea on blockchain technology. My area is completely different, but I got some inputs from her. From her inputs, what she had gave. I'm extremely congratulates her for her good input what she had given to every one of us, and I'm extremely
Thank-
proud of her, being that she is my cousin and she is sharing her knowledge to all beyond the curriculum, beyond her career, and beyond her academics.
definitely, Lakshmi Garu, we should appreciate Saujanya Garu. She's so young and but lot of information. I've seen the profile and one more thing,
Yes.
Saujanya Garu, I can proudly say, your academics are not that great, right? But your knowledge is so well. This is what I told my students, and academic doesn't
Thank
make
you,
any
sir.
difference.
Yes,
Marks
it is
doesn't make any
extremely
difference.
correct.
I am a below
Yes,
average
ma'am.
student.
No,
Yes,
it
I've
is
seen your
extremely correct.
percentage.
She
You
has
have seen
proved. She has
Yes, ma'am.
proved
Go ahead.
that percentage, and that is not important. Beyond it is more knowledge is more important than our academic percentage and all. Every time I respect her in that. Even what present who are focusing more on ranks, focusing more on percentage, it is not the thing that is the thing required. It is the knowledge. Finally, we get succeed. It is knowledge only that makes the person succeed.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Lakshmi Garu, much feedback. Thank you so much.
That's
And
what
Saujanya Garu,
every
you will
student
check.
should understand. Nowadays,
Yes, sir.
what everyone are speaking now about college, business, and everyone are focusing on only the ranks, only at the percentage and all. But it is not the correct thing. It is not. Finally, our knowledge only plays a prominent role.
100% true. And I really, ma'am, telling you, I spoke about you in the class. I've shown them the
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
percentages of yours because I have your, your profile is there with me, and I'm really surprised to see the number of patents you have, the books you wrote, the research papers you published. That's really amazing. I should clap for you. And thanks, Lakshmi Garu, for sharing honest feedback. You're
Thank
you,
there
sir.
from the beginning. You're there from the beginning. Thank you so much. And Sweta Garu, you have anything to share? Sweta Garu, are you there? Okay. Nandini Garu, Bhagyasri, ma'am, do you know them?
Bhageshwari is one of my cousins. Sir. She was actually live on
Hello.
YouTube. She didn't join Zoom.
Yeah, who
I
is that?
asked
Who is
her to
that?
join here.
Oh, Sweta Garu, you know Sweta Garu, and
No, sir.
Yeah. Hello.
yes, Sweta Garu, can you unmute yourself and talk?
Yeah. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear, ma'am. Go ahead.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Very
we
good
can
evening
hear
to all of you. Actually, this session was very good because I was only knowing about the word blockchain. I didn't understand before like how it works and where it can be in it. So Janya has explained it very well, like in a very layman language, and she explained it very, very nicely. And
Thank you,
this session was recommended to the Kamara Reddy, my senior. He was there with me in Tech Mahindra before. So he told me to join this session. So it was fruitful for me. It was very, very valuable. And thank you, Dharam, for recommending me.
Oh, we should thank you, Muralidhar Garu. Thank you so much to bring another. Sweta Garu, are you from which place?
Yeah,
Sweta
thank you.
Garu?
No,
Sweta Garu, you from which place?
she is from Bangalore. She's working with Tech
Oh.
Mahindra.
Oh, nice. Okay, okay.
She was one of the team member in Tech Mahindra Nestle project.
Oh, excellent and excellent. I'm really happy to see very, very knowledgeable persons here. Saujanya Garu, we are very happy to see a lot of people here. And
Yes, sir.
Bhagyeshwar Garu, can you talk? One last final call. Bhageshwar, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, can you unmute yourself
Good
and say
evening,
something?
all. Thank you, sir, for giving this time to talk. This information is very useful to me. I don't know what is the blockchain. I didn't know even basic information about that, but my sister said very nice, and I know my sister
She's a
is
final year
very good.
BTech student.
Oh, where and which college?
Baba
Baba
Institute
Institute of Technology and Sciences, sir.
Vizag only, Vizag. Oh,
Sir.
very good. Okay. Yeah, go
My
ahead, ma'am.
guidance
Bhageshwar.
is my sister. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. My guidance is my sister, sir. I know she's good. She's great to me. You also experience it now. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Definitely.
Akka. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Bhageshwar. Thanks for coming and joining.
Thank
Definitely,
you.
we witnessed a wonderful webinar today. And this is one special webinar we conducted with Reddy Garu. I'm so happy, sir, to see people like you on this session. And even Sweta Garu joining from Bangalore. It's a wonderful session. Nandini Garu, are you there? And from the beginning, you are there. Can you unmute yourself and can you share the feedback? Nandini Garu, Machi and Nandini Garu, are you there? And okay, so maybe some issues. Yeah, thank you so much, Saujanya Garu. I'm really blessed to have
Thank you
you
for
on
the
the session
opportunity,
today.
sir. I could meet a lot of people.
Definitely. We are so happy and because a lot of wonderful discussion happened today, especially Reddy Garu gave a lot of inputs to us. And thank you, sir, joining all the way from Kurnool and Sweta ma'am from Bangalore. And definitely we need people support, people's like you. Definitely, Saujanya Garu, we look forward for more blogs and more sessions Sunday. And
Sure, sir.
definitely we want to conduct a lot of events. One day is not going to enough for us to bring a change. We require people's support, and definitely we hope that we are going to use our new platform very soon so that your knowledge will be shared to a lot of people. And you proved that marks doesn't make any difference if you have a knowledge in your brain, right? And that is very one point I want to say to my students, Andy, because a lot of parents are worried about the marks. If they don't get 90%, they think that they are not doing well. But you proved that marks doesn't make any difference. If you have a knowledge, definitely it is going to help a lot. Thank you so much, Saujanya Garu. And you have spent so much of time with us. And sorry to waste your Sunday.
No, sir, no issue. Thank you. I have got a great experience from this. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you and thank you. Yeah, this is all from our side. We'll see you very soon in another interesting webinar in the coming Sundays. Once again, I thank you all for joining this Zoom live, and all those people are watching on YouTube live. Especially I thank Muralidhar Reddy Garu joining from, and I should thank Pullai sir also for sharing the link to you. And I thank you, Reddy Garu, for bringing Sweta ma'am to this wonderful session. I thank you all, and this is all from my side. See you soon on the next webinar. Saujanya Garu, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I'll call you soon, sir, Reddy Garu.
Okay, Randy, anytime. Even Saujanya madam also, you can be in touch with me because I know one person is working with Mount Crystal University, Liberia. He is a very good, he's a PhD and he is specialized in all the special skills. He is so I can get his help if you want in your research in any of your specialized skills.
Sir, can you share your number once? Can you share your number, sir?
Please share your number, sir.
Sir, please share the number in the chat, sir.
Okay, I'll share it.
Yeah, better. We can note it down. Yeah. Ma'am, you can copy the number, right? I'll share it in the WhatsApp, ma'am. Right, sir. Thank you so much, Reddy Garu. We'll be in touch with you, sir.
Okay, sir. Welcome,
right,
sir. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.